and welcome to MVP Hot Seat with Ibrahim Ababou. Today, we're glad to be joined by Mr. Benson Munyaradzi, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Energy and Power Development from Zimbabwe, as we'll be discussing a pivotal topic for the nation's future's nuclear energy. I'm excited to learn about how nuclear energy could potentially transform Zimbabwe's energy landscape, boost economic growth, and secure a sustainable future for the country. Welcome, Benson.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome to.
Thank you. Good morning once again. And my first question is, can you provide an overview of Zimbabwe's current energy mix and the challenges you face in meeting a nation's electricity demand?
Okay, thank you. The current energy mix for Zimbabwe, I would say it's almost like we are relying on hydro and thermal, almost 50-50. Our power comes mostly from thermal power plants, where we have 6 units which were constructed in the 80s. And then we have 2 modern units which were commissioned in 2023. These ones have a capacity of 635. The other ones have a capacity of 920. And as I said, they were commissioned in the 1980s. So although they have a capacity of 920, at best they can give us around 500 megawatts. That is from the hydro. Then we have from the hydro we have Kariba Hydro Power Station with an installed capacity of 1,050. But currently, because of low water levels in the dam, it can only give us around 500 again. Our demand is about 2,000 megawatts. And from these sources, we're failing to meet our demand. We've seen an increase in renewable energy, mostly for captive power, where the industry, mostly mining companies, are installing plants to meet their own requirements. So to cover the gap, we are importing power from the neighbors, mostly South Africa and Mozambique. So currently our deficit is around 500 megawatts, which even with imports we cannot cover, because there is also a shortage of power in the region. So we meet this deficit by load shedding on a daily basis. So this is the current situation in Zimbabwe. The mix is hydro, thermal, and to some extent solar and micro hydro systems and mini hydro systems.
I see. And basically, that's why you are exploring the nuclear energy as a potential introduction to the mix. So that came as a follow-up to my question. What inspired Zimbabwe to explore nuclear energy, and how do you envision its role in the country's future energy strategy?
Yeah, as I have indicated, we have some thermal power plants which were commissioned around from 1982 to 1988. Those units 1 to 6 at Hwange Power Station. So as much as we want to give them a life extension through refurbishment for the next 20 years, It means after that 20 years, then we have this gap which we need to close. Yes, we have. We are thinking also of building other hydropower plants, but from the experience which we have had now, we've had some frequent droughts. Almost every 2 years, we experience a drought, and during these drought periods, we are seriously affected, and our generation at the hydropower plants is reduced. We seriously curtail the generation because of low water levels. And because of this, even if we are going to bring in quite a number of solar projects, which have been licensed now by the regulator, we will still have a gap when it comes to a reliable baseload source. We need a reliable baseload source, which is also independent from the vagaries of climate change. And we believe that such a reliable baseload source can only come from solar, since we have also our own ambitions to reduce our carbon emissions. That means we will no longer be promoting thermal power plants from coal sources. Even if we might have power from gas in the future, I think that will be also expensive, and that's why we are thinking of exploring the use of nuclear power as a form of a base load. You know, for predictability, if you have nuclear power, you will be very assured of what will happen in the next 40 to 50 years. So that you ease your planning, and also you will that will give confidence to investors that there will be reliable power for the next for so many years, which you cannot do with renewables. As much as there are other technologies coming in, like battery storage, we don't think that will be the solution to our problem. If we don't have thermal power, we need to replace this 920 megawatts of installed thermal when the units are decommissioned. If we refurbish them for the next 20 years, it means that will be the end of their lives. The decision has to be taken to decommission them, and we need a new source to meet that gap which will be created after decommissioning the power plant. And we believe nuclear power will be that source.
I totally agree. And as you mentioned, renewables are intermittent, and also for hydro, it is you're facing droughts infrequently. And also, I assume with climate change, the frequency of the drought might increase in the country. So nuclear could be a good potential solution. And staying in the same subject, could you outline the anticipated timeline for the development and commissioning of nuclear power plants in Zimbabwe, and what are key milestones in this journey?
Yeah, as you are aware that embarking on a nuclear program is a very complex process. We are just at the initial stages. We have signed an agreement with Rosatom of Russia. So we've started working with Rosatom just to understand what needs to be done if one is going to embark on a nuclear power program. At the same time, we've engaged the International Atomic Energy Agency for support That's why this past week I was in Vienna. It was for us to learn from other countries which are now at different stages of embarking on nuclear power programs. So we are really at the initial stages. The government itself has not yet taken a position on the nuclear. I believe the position will be taken this year, and with the support of the bilateral agreement which we have with Russia, as well as the International Atomic Energy Agency, I think we'll be able to make the right decision. At the same time, we have also designed a project on the introduction of nuclear power, which will implement as a technical cooperation program with the International Atomic Energy Agency starting in 2026. So we believe this is a 2-year program, project. We believe after the 2 years, we will be in a better position to make an informed decision on nuclear power. But as I've said, the fact that the government signed an agreement with Rosatom shows their intention to go nuclear.
Indeed, and that's a good first steps toward getting a well-informed decision about nuclear. And as you mentioned, something very important is to learn from others and to get a lesson learned from the majority of countries that are in the same situation and that have been through the same steps. So basically, IEA is doing a fantastic job, and also that the conference that we will be organizing, African Nuclear Business Platform, that you will be joining us, would be an opportunity to also learn from other African countries that have been through the same steps as you and that are now in either phase 2 of the IEA Milestone program or in advanced stages of their nuclear preparatory steps toward implementing a nuclear power plant. So I hope that would be beneficial to Zimbabwe and to all other Africans to have a collaboration within Africa also, not just relying on international organizations, even though it's still very important, don't take me wrong. And also, as I know you're still in early stages of your initial program, but what potential economic benefit does the government anticipate from developing nuclear energy, particularly concerning job creation, technology advancement, and energy security?
Okay, thank you. I believe, first and foremost, the major benefit will be meeting the power demand at a reasonable and predictable tariff. That will be the major benefit. You're looking at Zimbabwe. We have a lot of mining companies, and we have a lot of mineral resources. So one of the backbone of the economy is mining, which brings in the foreign currency. So mining demands a lot of energy, and it should also be affordable. And I believe the mining companies will benefit a lot from reliable source of power. The program itself, as you are embarking on a nuclear power program, I think you will need to train people. You need to have experts in the field, and this also creates jobs for the people, for the young graduates and other skilled workers. So I believe, I've seen that at other mining sites, well, not mining, but construction sites for power project, they're employing up to 2,000 people. So that's a big number of jobs created. There will be also an opportunity for localization of some of the requirements of the industry, and through that you are also bring in new technologies into the country, become a technologically advanced country, and also you are expanding the capacity of your industry by introducing new industries which are nuclear-based in industries. So I believe there's a huge economic benefit if the country can embark on a nuclear power program, both from general economics and also from the power side, the power supply itself. And then also there is also an external benefit in such a way that you'll be producing your energy in a cleaner way. You will not be polluting, and that will be also a contribution to the global efforts to decarbonize our production systems.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Benson, for such valuable insight into Zimbabwe's journey. The government's forward-thinking approach and strategic partnership provide a robust foundation for future development. As Zimbabwe embarks on this transformative journey, your leadership and strategic collaboration, both domestic and international, offer a hopeful path toward a more secure, efficient, and economically vibrant energy future. I'm excited to see how this initiative evolve and contribute to a brighter, more sustainable future for your country. In conclusion, I'm looking forward to hearing more from you in person at the upcoming Africa Nuclear Business Platform 2025 in Morocco this April. The conference will bring, as you already know, will bring together key stakeholders from across the continent to discuss nuclear energy future in Africa. So this platform will provide a unique opportunity to showcase Zimbabwe's progress and further explore how our collaborative effort can drive Africa's nuclear future. Thank you very much once again, Benson, for sharing your expertise and providing us with a clearer understanding of Zimbabwe's nuclear aspiration. I look forward to meeting you in Morocco. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. I'm also looking forward to participate at the platform, learn from the other African countries who have already started on this journey, and also chart the way forward for the African nuclear energy industry. I think Africa has always been behind other continents when it comes to technology. And I believe this is the right time for us to move with everyone else on this new technology. There's nothing impossible, I believe. Let's open the future for nuclear power by interacting at these platforms which you are organizing. Thank you.
Thanks to you. I thought
looking forward to you in Morocco in April.
I'm looking forward to seeing you also. Thank you once again. And for our viewers, stay tuned for the next episode of MVP Hot Seat. Thank you very much, Benson.
Thank you. Thank you.